In the previous video, we mentioned that we're going to be starting off with simpler examples of how Webany can be extended. So in this video, we'll be showing how we can replace the logo that's being shown in the header bar here and also in the main menu here. So I'll switch to my IDE now, and what we have in front of us is the project that we created at the beginning of this series. I've already started the Webany watch command, which is running our admin app locally. So as we can see, it's yarn Webany watch admin. And at the very end, I'm passing dev as the environment, because that was the environment we used when we first created the project. Replacing the logo can be done by creating a simple extension. In most cases, to get started, we use the Webany scaffold command, which will generate the base set of files for us to work with. So in my terminal, let's run the command and see what happens. As we can see, the first thing we're asked is to choose the scaffold we want to use. Here we pick new extension. Then we're asked to choose the type of extension we'll be creating. For this video, we want to go with the admin extension. Moving on, we need to provide the name for our extension. Here we'll go with admin logo. For the extension location, we'll just use the default one, so extensions/admin logo. And also for the package name, we'll again use the default one, so it's admin-logo. Finally, we can also provide one or more dependencies that we'll use in our extension. Note that this is optional. We can of course always add additional dependencies later via yarn. But for this example, as we'll soon be able to see, we'll need the Webany/app serverless CMS package, so we'll pass it here. As we can see, our extension is being created, and soon enough we should be ready to start working on it. Alright, the scaffolding has completed, so let's see what we got here. If we open the generated extensions/admin logo folder, we can see that here we have just two files. It's package.json and tsconfig.ts. And then in this src folder, we have our index.tsx file, which at the moment is empty and is ready for us to start adding our code. So to replace the logo in this index.tsx file, we first import the add logo React component from the Webany/app serverless CMS package. Then we import our logo. For this video, I will paste a simple PNG image here, which I can now import directly like so. And finally, we use the add logo React component like so. As we can see here, the component lets us pass our logo via the logo prop. In our case, we're simply passing an image HTML element, which has its src set to our logo. We've optionally defined the height and width of the image, just so things look a little bit nicer. I'll save my changes now, and on the right side we can see our code is being compiled, which means we can now switch to our browser and see what we got. As we can see, our new logo is here, and even if we open the main menu, we can see the logo again here. That was quick. But let's say we wanted to do one other thing here, and that is show a different variation of our logo in the main menu right here. To do that, we'll need to make a couple of changes in our code. For starters, instead of having this image tag being assigned to the logo prop, we're gonna have a React component. I will paste this component right here, and note that I also imported the alternative logo for our main menu here. And finally, I will also import this useTags React hook right here. And the useTags React hook is a hook that allows developers to tag different components and sections of their user interface. In this case, we are using the hook and, more specifically, the value of the internal location tag to determine in which area the myLogo component is being rendered. If we determine that the value of the location tag is being set to navigation, that means our component is being rendered within the main menu, and that means we can show this version of our logo. On the other hand, if the value of the location tag is different from navigation, then we are falling back to our default image. So with all of these changes in place, we can return to our browser and see the results. So we have the main menu opened already, and as we can see, a different logo is now being rendered. We have the logo that we already saw, but also the name of the company below it. And if we close the main menu, we can see in the header bar, we still have the default logo being rendered.